9:25. I've tried to do this tape like 3 times. I keep getting interrupted. But that lady where May 30th, 25, 1 o'clock in the morning. I told you last night I realized, well, not only where the FBI case, my phone's bugged, my car's bugged, my home's bugged, for that FBI case. They opened a real one, honey. That's where the Stark County sheriffs admit to working at. Other police departments admit to working at. The marshals knew of it. And all the drug cartel these people were messed up in. That lady investigator where Dixie had told Jen on April 6, 25 that she's told her and Melissa that she could extort all kinds of money out of the government for them, playing with them because they're dumb. Dixie has a 6-year-old daughter named Brielle. Her trying to trick her into trying to extort money out of the government because she don't know what's wrong. And May 30th, 25, she was out there with the Louisville police. My bed's right by the window. And they're out there saying how when she told on the Portage County sheriffs for being in that hospital with her, it wasn't the Portage County sheriffs. Like the investigators, after they got done saying that crap outside, showed up in Alliance. They're that dirty police department. They're telling everybody not to help me and not believe me and never to help me again. Because I was supposed to have told on the Portage County sheriffs for doing crimes. You're supposed to report dirty police officers, and you trying to cover up crimes makes that. And trying to withhold protection, they're in a lot of trouble. And then there's an FBI case with a court order for protected custody, and they're defying a court order. It wasn't the Portage County sheriffs. Like that investigator said, I called up there. They went in that hospital. It was either the Freemasons or the drug cartel running a scam. She was trying to report a scam so they could go get the people part of the scam. And they thought it was the Portage County sheriff, so they decided that no one should ever help her. And it wasn't them. These people just lied. Get it? It's a fraud scheme. Oh, and that lady investigator, once I didn't think she was smart enough to know the surveillance laws, and I seen she uploaded them to Facebook. Ohio is a one-party conversation recording. Well, we all know you can record on your phone cookouts, get-togethers, Christmas parties, birthday parties. Everybody puts them up on social media things, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, right? Right. Do we ask permission from everybody in that room? No, we don't care. It's the United States of America. You hit record on your phone. It's your phone. The same goes for just a conversation, recording on your phone only. You cannot set up button cameras, listening devices. That's cyber stalking, a felony invasion of privacy. Okay? A doctor can never tape you unaware because of HIPAA and Privacy Act, felony invasion of privacy. They go to jail for that. They can't disclose anything they've seen you for, what they treated you for, nothing. Or they go to jail for HIPAA, 10 years. $1 million fine, too. Okay? That investigator lady's playing with Dixie so much, she told her, even though she gave me permission on tape, may I tape you, Dixie, of knowing of Melissa's mean games at pretend? that the kids were laughing about. Okay? And of Daybreak and of the gunshot night. Yes. You have my permission and that I taped you before? Yes. She gave me permission on tape and then it's already legal. She has nothing to say. That lady's lying to her. She can extort money out of the FBI. The attempt to extortion is 20 years. She's trying to get her locked up for 20 years. That's entrapment. When the law enforcement tries to trick you into doing a crime you would never do on your own. Just like Melissa's kids are documenting me in games of pretend, they were sitting around laughing, making everything up because they wanted Auntie Shell and Papa to get the house. They're documenting me in games of pretend. That's why nobody ever went to the doctor. No hospital report. No pictures of injuries. Police weren't called. The police were already there for the FBI case and caught them lying. They even said Melissa could go to jail for this, involving herself. Well, her kids are little. Why don't we just write it up, her and the kids? We're making everything up for Dave's girlfriend showing off for her. That way we don't have to arrest them. They're little. They had sympathy on them. They were being used. Okay? And it is wrote up that they're documenting me in games of pretend. They were just showing off. Okay? And that lady trying to get them arrested. She went to Danny and Jen. She was going to try to get Danny and Jen arrested. Like I said, last year at this time, they were outside Shine. They're going to set up her kids to be arrested. See if they can't put one of them and put their name on it. You know, that occult's having them do that. Get rid of your wife. Get rid of your children. Gotta give you new. Takes the priest to kill Jezebel because they have no feelings. You have to kill off everyone in your family. Make sure they're never in your life again. For you to have your new life. Trying to get rid of everyone in his family. Dave's quite evil. Did they arrest Dave for hiring the drug cartel? No. Did they arrest him for trying to have me killed? No. How about for those people cyber stalking me? No. Selling kitty porn over grandkids going potty? No. Drug beating, raping me and drugging me and telling me to say stuff? No. But they're going to go after the kids trying to offer them an endless amount of money? You leave them alone. You leave the dumb people alone. They have a 6-year-old daughter. You get it? You leave them alone. I turned you into the FBI. You were outside a legally bugged car. My neighbor Ron has videos on his outside cameras. Of them saying, we're telling all the police department, the Louisville police, for her telling on the Portage County sheriffs, it wasn't them, it was, like they said, the Freemasons or the drug cartel. They already checked with them, it wasn't them. For her telling on that other police department, for being part of this, we're telling everybody nobody's to help her ever again. And even if she moves away, we'll make sure no law enforcement helps her. You just committed a federal crime. Oh, and they made sure they showed up to tell me they got you. And that lady, investigator, I'm telling you what, they already said they're going to get you for interfering in an FBI case. I reported you to the CIA, NSA, FBI today. Entrapment is illegal. And playing with dumb people, how pathetic are you? To have to get them to commit crimes. You want to play with real criminals? Those people at that church where she said, where they walked into our office and said she threatened all of them, and so we decided to help them. You're lying. You knew they were lying. When I called the hotline, they asked me, when was the last time you were a member of their church? I said, 15 years ago. She said, then how on earth would you know that they're threatening your life? I said, well, I have nothing to do with them. I told the hotline that. I said, that's where it's like one on earth. And I said, I've had a text But I know 3 people in the mall, and I told them where they work at. And one of their church people has been bragging against them, trying to kill me. So they knew I had nothing to do with them. They knew they were lying. After they pushed my son, Danny, to suicide, and he was messed up for a good year. Counseling, meds, had to get a tutors for school, had to see a psychiatrist. I told you. In 2004, I was at the Child and Adolescent Psychiatrist downtown Canton. 2 investigators come in trench coats and suits. They said she don't want to press charges against that minister for pushing her kid to suicide. Said she just wants her son to get better. That church better not do anything again, because they had to tell the police. We're going to have to keep an eye on that church for a while. See, the only reason Strange didn't go to jail for that, I didn't press charges. If I would have, he would have went to jail. He would have died in prison. Danny was so fragile. He became bulimic, post-traumatic syndrome, and then they found out he has dyslexia and ADHD. He lost so much weight. He went down at 6 foot down to 118 pounds. He would pass out from not eating. Josh would have to carry him. He was so fragile. The thought of a trial, I was afraid he'd finish killing himself. It wasn't worth my son's life. And after what they did to him, then they nailed my mom's tires till she moved away. She did a police report in Illinois. They said it's a severe cold, and if she wouldn't have moved away, they would have killed her. I wanted nothing to do with those people. And in 2010, I started working in Walmart on West Tusk. Met Terry Coberly. Asked me out to church. I said, I have to ask permission. She said, since when do people have to ask permission to go to church? I said, would you mind asking Dave? Maybe he'll say yes to you. And she did. And I started going down there, okay? Danny and Jen started bringing the kids. Well, people start making up stuff. Well, I haven't had anything to do with that church in 7 years. And I asked Dave, I said, can I go over there with you maybe 1 or 2 services? And I thought somebody will come up and say something. They stared at me. Scared me to death in there till I go home and have nightmares. Horrible nightmares. And I wouldn't go back after the second. Want you to think about that. Had nothing to do with them till 2018. They pushed my kid to suicide, and I told you, in August of 2010, Danny's kids were real little. And they didn't, they worked at fast food restaurant. They would get off about 9, 10 at night, and they come pick up the kids, and I'd babysit. In the last hour before Dave got home from church, they had picked up all 3 kids, Gabe, Daniel, Tyler, took them and went home. I'm tired from watching 3 children. Watching TV, came home, and how bad he assaulted me. He came in, well, I'm laying in bed watching TV, gets undressed, climbs in bed with me, starts acting like he can't make love to me. Can't stay undressed, start crying, rolling my stomach. He jumps on my back, pins my head to the pillow, starts butt raping me front and back, and I'm screaming, God, stop. And he's screaming, you'll keep your filthy mouth shut. And I'm trying to break loose from him as I'm screaming. And I finally break loose from him. I'm bleeding down my leg. I run downstairs, collapse in the downstairs shower, fill it full of blood. It took me a long time to get it to quit bleeding. I come upstairs, rivers of tears. Why? You'll learn to keep your filthy mouth shut. I said, Danny and Jen just left an hour ago. I've been watching TV waiting for you to come home. What are you talking about? He looked like he was going to puke. If the FBI can get a hold of Maslin Hospital emergency room report in August of 23, my insides were severely infected, ripped 3rd and 4th level inside. They gave me Vicodins for the pain, antibiotics, and pills and creams for the infection. I was so infected. He started going into church, come home early, go in and tell me he didn't feel good, leave, and he finally got enough courage to quit. They lied to him and he came home. Now, after that, do you think I wanted anything to do with them? Huh? 2018. Been 15 years since I've been a member of their church. Found out right before the case, some people at Blaylock's, or not Blaylock's, but Apostolic Church of Barberton, they wouldn't talk to us regular members. And their religion is against their religion to commit adultery. They are to be kicked out and shunned. Okay? Here, Strangers Church is letting, I found out, my ex-husband commit open adultery. They get kicked out of the apostolic religion for that. Some girls looked at me and said, that's the one. Her husband makes it up to other women. We go out in the car. I said, what were they talking about? You better not be making up stuff to other women. He said, they must have been talking about somebody else. Well, these people run around telling people I threatened them. I had nothing to do with them for 15 years. Didn't he have their phone number, their addresses? I didn't associate with those people. They destroyed my family and almost cost me my son's life. Chased my mother out of town, nailing her tires with 3-inch nails. Do you think I wanted anything to do with them? Think about that. And here they're telling people I threatened them and I'm mean to them. That lady out there with the Louisville police, when they walked in our office and told us how she was threatening, our office decided to help her. Who is that lady? And lady, I don't care if you're a Fed. I told the FBI on you. Entrapment is a federal crime. I told the CIA and the NSA on you. You trying to trick people into being criminals? Why don't you go after the real ones? You want the cartel? You want the cartel? You think what are you, behind on your arrest list? Huh? Trying to trick people that you can get them government funds and you can extort for them? So that they try something where they actually go along with this? I'm going to turn around on them real fast and hard. She won't be there to find a law to help them. You leave my family alone. I almost died to save them. And if I have to write the President of the United States about you, I will. Do we understand? You leave my family alone. And don't trick them into stealing money that you can never give them. Endless amount of money they could ever imagine. I heard what you were been lying to them. They should have been like, Danny and John, we want nothing to do with this. But you're playing with people with low IQs. You leave them alone. Or Dave said he'd kill them all. Over my dead body. I don't care who you are, lady. I reported you to everybody. You will not railroad them to jail. You think you want to play with real criminals? Real criminals. No, I didn't even associate with them. I had nothing to do with them. They walked in your office and lied. I already told the hotline I had nothing to do with that church for 15 years. Only went over those two services in 2010 trying to find out why they're making up stuff then. Nobody would tell me. And I had horrible nightmares when I got home because I was scared to death of those people. Okay? You know, a minister told me once they're a wolf pack. You step out of line and they all get you. Well, they hired the cartel. You know, where they all lied and where they were telling people that I threatened him and I never seen him. And then Dave's a big man on campus, taking other women out, making it up to him. Well, that's their game they're playing. Oh, she threatened us. Dave, you have to take us out. It was their game of committing adultery. Behind my back. The religion is supposed to throw you out if you commit adultery, not open marriages and let a free-for-all. And that was their little scam to cheat. And where he's supposed to be in a godly church, real strict religious beliefs, here it is, nothing but a whorehouse. And I have nothing to do with them. Don't see him, don't want nothing to do with them after what they did to my family. Nothing. Don't see them, don't talk to them, don't have their phone numbers, don't have their addresses, have no contact. And here, he's cheating on me, and they're making up lies to cheat. They walk in your office, like I told the hotline, I haven't been a member of their church in 15 years. Well, how would you find out? They're telling people in the mall I know. This one girl, Katie, that works at this place, has been telling Sarah, her old manager and co-worker, that it's her church trying to have me killed, or I would have never known it was them, and I had a taps. So you knew, lady, if you are a Fed, that I didn't talk to them for years. They knew they were lying. So, they just lied on me and they crushed my head in, raped, tortured me, human trafficked me, drugged me, and induced vomiting till my stomach shifted up under my ribs. Lost 70 pounds in protective custody. Had to go on bladder spasm medicine for being raped and tortured. If you think you're so badass, lady, you want real criminals? I dare you to walk in one of those churches and get rude with all of them. Watch the hell that comes upon you. They hired the drug cartel. Yeah. Big, huge men coming at me in stores, cops chasing them off, grabbing them. Them trying to shoot me in the head driving. Human trafficking me out of my home. Drug beating, raping me, strangers. Raping, torturing me. Had to go on bladder spasm medicine for 2 years. Stabbed me in the neck, bashed me in the head, beat and raped me, and left me for dead, and it should have killed me, and by the grace of God am I still alive. I hope you have a hard head. I dare you. You want to play with the big bad boys of the cartel? You want to play with the big bad criminals? I dare you go in their church and get rude with them. I had nothing to do with them. They just lied on me. And you seeing that crap outside. Leave my family alone. You leave them alone. Somebody go talk to Dixie. If I tell them, I don't know if they'll believe me because that lady's got her brainwashed. Hey, Michelle, send one of your people. She knows you. Please. Tell them how that lady's trying to railroad her in jail. You already told on Bill from the Freemasons of the dirty doctor scam. That wasn't one of mine, works for them, and they lied. Let Dixie know that lady's trying to trick her into going to jail, please. She already knows you. She admitted she knows you. Stop that lady from Brill growing up with no mother or father. You probably know Melissa. Tell her that too. Her kids were already taped that they made everything up. They were games of pretend because they wanted the house for Auntie Schoenbubble. And Melissa telling them the lie. And John stated and taped that when I asked him what's going on, he didn't know. And that don't worry about it. It's just going to be made up because of the divorce. Going to be moving out. But nobody could say anything bad about you. But she'll have her church people make up something too because of the divorce and you're moving out. But nobody could say anything bad about you. Dave defended me. Karen, you're good to the kids. You're good to the grandkids. You would never hurt anyone. You're good to everyone, no matter who it is. And then the rest of my family defended me. This lady is interfering in an FBI case. And she's trying to railroad. In the Louisville place, by the way, where my car's bugged. They sold a login to this case. People were complaining how dirty you are, including children. That bill from the Freemasons sold a login to the FBI case within the first month or two. The cartel was in Walmart. Will found another way of making money off the case. He's selling the login for $25 a pop. Went viral. Then teenagers in 23 out in North Canton were saying how that church is sending out in emails the login to show how big and bad they are. Their parents tell them not to go to that kind of church. There are cults. Or they would never have me harmed or said a word. They're just giving it away at this point. I was up on Forest Grove Drive in Akron. I started working with a client in 23 about this time of the year. Okay. Investigators are knocking on doors. You can see the badges around their neck. They all know they sold the login. They said, I sat out with my client. Have you ever listened to Karen before? Said yes. Did she ever mention Agent John? And he said the last name. Said yes. Several times in the beginning of the case. We thought it was him. We asked the FBI about this, and they refused to answer us.